football is going to happen organically. So plays happen, and if you have a chance that he has the ball already in his hand, you corral him. If you have a chance to leave a mark, then you try and leave a mark. Everything legally, nothing malicious. It's just the way that football is played. And I'm a physical guy, so plan on being a physical player.
Mm-hmm. I mean, does it maybe take a couple of pops on these guys to get a little intimidation, maybe?
Well, a lot of them are speed guys, and they don't want to, have that contact because they don't want to mess up their running form. So I think it's important to be physical when you can. When you have an opportunity to take a shot on them legally, you want to take every one of those. And, don't let them just slide down or run out of bounds if you don't have to let them. Make sure you put them on the ground. The way to stop Tyreek, in my opinion, is you stop the run first. So that way you can force him in long, large situations that you can then put an extra set of eyes on Tyreek. Make sure he doesn't take the game over.
That was Kansas City Chiefs safety Justin Reid talking about the Chiefs' plan to stop the Miami Dolphins. Did you hear what he said? The plan was to hit the Miami Dolphins receivers and put them on the ground legally. And if you watch the game film, that's exactly what they did. That was the same game plan that the Philadelphia Eagles executed, but with a little twist. That twist being to stop the run and to put Tua Tagovailoa in 3rd and long situations. We all know that the word across the NFL is that Tua is extremely accurate and that he looks for his first read. It can look away from Tyreek and look for his 2nd or 3rd read, and you got a fighting chance to stop the Miami Dolphins offense.
L'Jarius Sneed went back and watched training camp practice film from 2 years ago. Him and Tyreek in one-on-one drills to pick up things. They knew they had to put hands on him. They had to disrupt the timing. I mean, we've seen it the last 2 weeks. We saw it against the Eagles, we saw it against the Patriots. You got him doubled, but you give him a free release. He just zoomed right by you.
Yeah.
You got to get in his face.
Definitely.
They were in his face all day long. You got to redirect him. You got to disrupt the timing of the offense.
That's right.
And as I've said previously, that only works if you have the personnel to actually execute that. That's the good news for the Miami Dolphins because not every team has that personnel. The bad news, however, is that every playoff caliber team does have that personnel. People who are out there arguing amongst themselves about the Dolphins having beaten a team with a winning record are completely missing the point. The main point is that the Miami Dolphins have not as of yet beaten a team with playoff caliber personnel. Remember, the opponent has to have the personnel to effect the execution required to stop the Miami Dolphins.
You got to have some talented people. You got to be, in doing that, you got to, have some other creative aspects to bring to the table because you can't cover them man to man all play long, right?
Thus far, for whatever reason, Mike McDaniel has not been able to scheme around physicality and people who just want to take the Dolphins on man against man. He's had 3 chances thus far: the Buffalo Bills, Philadelphia Eagles, and the Kansas City Chiefs to do something to stop the physicality that those teams wanted to impose on the Miami Dolphins.
They got hands on Tyreek a ton. Even when they played zones, you could see that there was an extra emphasis on, knock him off his mark a little bit. Don't let him fly up on our safety so fast that there's nothing we can do there. Tactical blitzing.
In the Miami Dolphins' 3 losses, Tyreek Hill has been held to 208 yards combined. That's just 69 yards per game. If you don't see that as a major problem, I don't know what else to tell you.
The point is what you said, though, I think, to start. Miami is just, I'm done with Miami. I'm not picking them to beat a team that's good until I see it. I'm done with that. They're just beating up on the poor in the NFL.
Just about every sports journal and former player analyst is out there saying that the Miami Dolphins seem to be a soft team and cannot match the physicality of playoff caliber teams. And as of the date of this video, that can't be disputed. It is literally 100% irrefutable. My concern is that over the next few weeks, the Dolphins are going to run up a lot of yards and a lot of points against teams who don't have playoff caliber defenses. And in doing so, a lot of people are going to forget what happened against the Bills, the Eagles, and the Chiefs. But that problem is still there. The offensive line even with Teron Armstead, simply isn't good enough. The Dolphins either can't run the ball or Mike McDaniel refuses to commit to the run.
You're seeing that their offensive line can't handle the good defensive lines in football, right? They couldn't run the ball, and I know it's going to say 12 carries, 85 yards with Raheem Mostert. It came at the end of the game when Kansas City was playing prevent defenses, the majority of those yards, so they weren't unable to dominate the line of scrimmage there that way.
He's right, and I know everyone's going to say, hey, Devon Achane is coming back this week, but I hate to burst your bubble. All of the excitement that Devon Achane has garnered thus far, all the hype that he has had, has come against non-playoff caliber teams. But Barry, he ran for 100 yards against the Buffalo Bills. Let me stop you there. He ran for 101 yards against the Buffalo Bills, but 55 of those yards came on one play. And that one 55-yard run came in the fourth quarter after the Bills were already up 48-20 in garbage time. So the Bills, the Eagles, and the Chiefs have basically announced to the NFL that the way to stop the Miami Dolphins is to get them in 3rd and long and to stop the run and put everything, the entire onus of this offense on Tua.
And then the other thing that's crucial to me with Miami, and I said this a few weeks ago when we did their Sunday night game, get them to 3rd down. When you can get Miami to 3rd down, because now the reverses and the speed sweeps and all the creative runs and the screens are not in play, right? They got to drop back and throw it. That when you can get them there, that's when you can win. And that's what it looked like the whole game plan was with Kansas City yesterday. Get them to 3rd down. We'll make Tua make a throw in the pocket with people around him, and let's see if he can do it. And that, to me, is still a big question with Tua.
Let me remind you, against the Kansas City Chiefs, the Miami Dolphins didn't convert a 3rd down until the 3rd quarter. I know a lot of you love stats. So here's a stat for you. The first 6 times that the Miami Dolphins faced a 3rd down against the Kansas City Chiefs, 5 of those were for 9 yards or more to get the 1st down. And because of that, the Miami Dolphins didn't convert a single 3rd down until the 3rd quarter. And that was exactly what the Kansas City Chiefs game plan was designed to do.
The way to stop Tyreek, in my opinion, is you stop the run first. So that way you can force him in long, large situations that you can then put an extra set of eyes on Tyreek. Make sure he doesn't take the game over.
The amazing thing to me is it wasn't a surprise. The Kansas City Chiefs themselves announced what they were going to do against the Miami Dolphins days before the game, before they even left Kansas City. That's physicality. That's man against man. If I tell you what I'm going to do and you can't stop me, that tells me that other players can do the same thing. We're going to take you on man against man, face to face, let you know up front, and you can't stop me. That's a huge reason why many people are looking at the Miami Dolphins with side eye. You had a man look at the camera, Justin Reid, and tell you in true Clubber Lang style what he was going to do to you, that he was going to bring the pain, and there was nothing that you could do about it.
What's your prediction for the fight then?
Prediction?
Yes, prediction.
Pain.
So at this point, it's all on Mike McDaniel to make some serious adjustments. I have to believe he's capable, he's innovative, he's smart. Now he's got to make it happen. But the question remains, why didn't he make those adjustments against the Bills, the Eagles, and the Chiefs? Especially since the Chiefs told him what they were going to do. There are no excuses moving forward. No exceptions, no excuses. The secret is now out there, so you know what to expect. Hopefully in this bye week, he's looking at a lot of film and preparing for what's definitely coming his way, because playoff caliber teams who have the personnel are going to execute the same game plan over and over and over and dare Mike McDaniel to stop them. Let me know what you have to say about this, but it's obvious at this point there is a serious problem, and running up the score and points and stats against non-playoff caliber teams is not going to help the big problem. Yeah, you could be 11-3, you could even win the division, but you're not going to go any further if you don't figure out how to be more physical and get Tyreek open. Let me know what you think. Talk to you soon. Fins up.
Is anybody catching on to this Barry guy?